Alright guys, welcome back again to the channel as usual, back to let you know the latest concerning players, the team and everything in between. So everybody is now focused on moving past the disappointing game and then focusing on the club duty, and obviously all of the players have now returned back to their clubs, and today is Friday, so tomorrow is going to be the weekend where we get the chance to see all of these players make appearances for their club sides. And for Coach Chelle as well, he also was held accountable for his performances, for these two games because he was summoned by his employers, the NSC, to give account of what happened with the team, and also chatted with the leader of the NSC, that's Alhaji Chelle Diko, to chat about what they need to do, how they need to assist him or work together hand in hand to actually make sure that the team starts getting results in future games. So obviously he had that conversation with the NSC. Even though the NSC are technically not the people that employed him, because the NFF are the ones who has direct responsibility with Coach Chelle's employment, but the NSC is a bigger body to the NFF because they are the ones that run everything concerning sports in Nigeria. So they still have that right, to call Coach Chelle and demand accountability. That was exactly what happened. And as I said, from the conversation between the boss of the NSC and Coach Chelle was how to get results, how to assist the team, how government can come in and assist the project and make things easier for the coach so that there won't be such kind of disappointing outing just like the one we had against Zimbabwe. So those are the number of things that were discussed, and obviously it's still very early for Coach Chelle to to be considered for a sack because he's done really well after two games, 1-1, drawn 1, lost 2 points, gained 4 points. This is really nice, and especially if you want to compare it with his predecessors and how they performed after two games, you would realize that he's actually an upgrade to them. For example, Coach Joseph, in all of the 6 games that we've played in the World Cup qualifying series, Coach Joseph played or was in charge for the first 2 games, and he drew the 2 of them. And then we had Coach Finidi taking charge, playing 2 as well. He drew 1 and then lost 1, and then Coach Chelle now 1-1 and then drew 1. So this is definitely an upgrade with all of the previous coaches, so obviously he stays, and then he's going to work with the leaders to see how they can start getting results, prepare the team way before they even come to camp, and then see how they can start getting the result. But with that being said, guys, of course the weekend is here, and some of our players are going to start making appearances from tonight. For example, the likes of Victor BONIFACE has already started trading with Bayer Leverkusen, and could be in line to make an appearance tonight because they have a game this night against against Bochum, and it's a match that Bayer Leverkusen are tipped to win, because obviously this Bochum side are somewhere in the relegation zone, so it should be an easy win for them. And I would also like to get these 3 points to close up the gap between Bayern Munich, and a victory against Bochum is going to close down the point gap to just 3 points, which will be very fantastic for Alonso and Leverkusen. Bayern Munich currently sits at the top with 62 points from 26 games. Bayern Leverkusen second with 56 points after 26 games, so just 6 points different. And if they can win tonight, then obviously it's going to close down to 3 points. But Bayern Munich will also play their game later this weekend. And then we also have Victor Osimhen's Galatasaray. They have a game tomorrow against Besiktas. That match is coming up later in the evening around 18:30, which is technically 6:30, and Victor Osimhen has already started training with his Galatasaray side, so obviously he might be thrusted into action immediately to help them get the result for that one. Because it's such a very, very lethal striker, and of course they would want to, put their best players on the pitch to have an advantage over that game. And the table is looking really dicey as well, because Fenerbahce are kind of close, closing the gap right now with Galatasaray, because as I'm making this video now, they're actually playing a game. That's when Fenerbahce are playing a game against Bodrum, and Fener are defeating Bodrum by 1-0. It could still change, but as it stands now, they've now closed down 3 points gap to Galatasaray, who sits in first position with 71 points. Fener are now with 65 points, so they will definitely need to win this game tomorrow. Victor Osimhen and his Galatasaray teammates. But beyond that, we also have some games in the UK, but not in the EPL, because the FA Cup, will take place this weekend, and then we expect the likes of Gavin Bassey and Alex Iwobi to make appearances for their Fulham club, because they have a game against Crystal Palace. That game comes up tomorrow, being Saturday, from 1:15, and then we also have Nottingham Forest slugging it out with Brighton. That one will come around 6:15. So those are some of the games where we'll see our players make appearances. But aside from that, guys, Victor Osimhen has now come out to clear the air concerning how he acted after that game against Zimbabwe. Of course, a lot of people blame Victor Osimhen and accuse him of not acting right the way that he did after he refused to listen to people that wanted to talk to him after the game, because he was angry that they drew the game. And a notable scene was when he was telling Victor Boniface to not talk to him, that he should leave him, things like that. But Osimhen has come out to clear the air, and he's saying that he shaded Victor Boniface not because of disrespect for him, but because he was angry. He was showing his emotion, how disappointed he was that the game ended 1-1. But it was nothing personal. It was nothing that has to do with disrespect to Boniface, or the coaching staff, or everybody who tried to stop him, that he refused. He said that it was just anger and showing off emotions. But right now he is much calmer and understands that he overreacted. And just to put it in his own words, Osimhen said, Boniface tried to calm me down, but at that moment I didn't want to hear anything. I walked away, not out of disrespect, but because I was hurting. I give it my all every time I step on that pitch, not just for myself, but for my team, for Nigeria, for the fans who believe in us. We needed that win. We needed those points. Now we have to fight even harder to qualify for the World Cup. It's not over, but we can't keep making the same mistakes. I just want us to be better, to do better, because Nigeria deserves nothing less. I can't lie, I was frustrated. That match against Zimbabwe, we should have won it. We had the lead, we controlled the game, and then just like that, we let it slip. When I scored, I felt relieved. I thought, yes, this is it. We are taking all 3 points home. But football can be cruel. A last-minute equalizer, just seconds away from victory, shattered everything. The whistle blew, and I just couldn't hold back my emotions. So this is what Osimhen has now said, as quoted by Whistler NG. Definitely, we love Osimhen. Everyone knows, that Osimhen, actually showed emotion because he really cared about the team. I don't think it was ever in doubt in the minds of any fan, any Super Eagles fan, in the minds of 200 plus million Nigerians, that Osimhen did what he did because he loved the team. He wanted to help them get the victory. But it's so nice that he came out to clear the air. So obviously, no bad air between any of the players right now. So we will see what happens. Right now, they continue with their club duties, and then we hope that they perform well tomorrow.